Yo, 2014 Honda Ridgeline. The victim's complaining about a slow window. Oh, really? I have no idea why, so I said, just go on Amazon and get a window regulator and I'll slap it in there. The 2008 to 2014 Ridgelines are all the same generation, but apparently they have different facelifts. And this would be facelift number 2, which is actually the third facelift. So 2012 to 2014, I know for sure has this door panel, and some of the older ones are a little different, but the window regulator is the same, if that makes any sense to you. First thing I got to do is get this door panel off of here. I can take a little pick, and there's like a rubber thing here. Then I can go in here, and there's a little window thing there, and I can do that. Number 2 Phillips here. And there's 2 7mm. And then this clippy thing here, I gotta pull up on it. Like so. And then pop this out. And then this little green cable, you got to be careful with these because they like to snap. So just give it a little wiggle and try not to break it. I have 3 Phillips screwdrivers behind this too. That should be all I need to do for that. Now I need a door panel tool or equivalent, and I just got to get back here and use this thing and do that. Like that. And then I can push up on this side. Kind of like so. And that comes off. Then I have all kinds of wires I need to unplug. This I'm just going to turn counterclockwise and pop off. There's little tabs you push in on these. Just give them a squeeze. If you can't figure that out, don't quit your day job. Take this annoying light and unplug that for now. Now I got some plastic here I can kind of gently just pull off. Suppose you can use a knife for this or something. Oh, this stuff really doesn't want to come off. Tough stuff. Wow, what is this stuff? Usually they got some black dum-dum jute kind of stuff on here. This stuff is really tough. That might be good enough. Oh, looks like he had a broken window in here. There's some broken glass going on here. Maybe somebody just did a shoddy job putting this window in. I'm gonna find out. I had to plug my power window switch back in because I gotta roll this window up or down until I find a couple of bolts that line up in a couple of holes. These 2 are 10mm. I see this one's all cross-threaded. Something's going on here, it ain't right. Now I can pull up this window. It should move up and down real easy. Tape this window up a little bit, make sure it doesn't fall down on me. Looks like there's a plug here for the motor. There's a tab on the back of it, it feels like. Give that a wiggle and pull that out. And these 3 bolts for the motor I can loosen up. I'm just going to give them a couple of turns. That's loose. And I have 3 more I think I got to loosen up. 2 more. No, I got one hiding here. That one I got to take all the way out. This one here too. Then I can take these out without taking the bolts all the way out. Find a way to fish this out of the hole. Like that. since I know now that this window was broken and somebody put a window in it, I'm going to take this one out. Basically, you just got to push it down a little bit and turn it sideways, and this window comes out. So if you need to do a window replacement, you'll know how to do that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if there's any glass stuck in any of these seals, like there's a lip right here, and you might not hear it, but there might be glass stuck behind here somewhere. And I can see there's a little piece of glass in here in this weather stripping. And I want to make sure there's nothing in here. Like for instance, this weather stripping here, I can just get a hook tool in here and kind of pull this out and just feel back behind here and make sure there's no glass in the thing. I want to go all the way up the window on both sides. Just be real careful not to rip anything. Well, I inspected that and I found one little piece of something stuck in here. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just one little chunk of crud. I'm going to put this back in. Make sure it's lined up, and yeah, maybe that was it, because it's smooth now. Feels a little better. Now I can exchange these bolts out. Feels like there might have been a little Loctite on these, but I'm not doing it. This window might be down a little too far too, so I might have to plug all this in and roll it up a bit to line that up. Now I can take this mess and stick it all back in the hole. The same way I stuck it out of the hole. These are M6 by 1 millimeter, so you're going to want to torque them down to about 8 foot-pounds if you care about such a thing. Kind of slide this over and make sure it's faced all the way over. Plug in my motor. I don't know which wire goes to what, so I just plug them all in. That should be good. Now I can remove my tape and slowly let this window down until it lines up in the things and the stuff, and nothing's lining up. What did I do? It's altogether wrong. What the heck's going on here? I got these two bolts tight, and neither one of them would line up at all. So somebody really tried to pry these bolts in here to get them to line up or something, because there's two plastic tabs that are glued into the window, and they're not in the right places. So I had to die grind some slots in these tracks on the top and the bottom, which I edited out to make the thing line up with the holes. Now I can plug it in. All I got to do is make sure that this thing goes up and down really nice without catching on anything. It's supposed to be just a little bit loose. It's not bound up at all. It probably was before. I'm not gonna make the guy buy a window, and it's working. It's either buy a window or do what I did. So I did what I did. I don't know if somebody had some moron from a window company put that in or what. So sometimes that's just some things you get to deal with when you're working on stuff like this. I'm going to sort of tape this up a little bit here. Plug my annoying light back in. Looks like there was a little clippy thing for this that somebody broke. I didn't have to deal with that. If there's any of these plastic clips stuck in the door too, you're going to want to take them out and put them in. You might not want to rip them out like I did either. Well, this thing's kind of in my way. I'm going to take it out. It just pops right out. I can put this back on. It's got little grooves here and some holes in the door you want to stick in first. And it just snaps right in. Put my fillies back in. Reverse procedure for the door latch cable thing. Stick my plastic thing back in here. And the rubber thing back in here. That should be everything. Works like new enough. And it's a job. Okay, bye.